welcome.
We need to return to the church.
If you aren't ready to leave, you'll have to exit through the back of my house.
So which door?
What's going on there, YouTube land and also social media lands? Welcome to an all new video. In this video, we're going to be doing a movie review of a new film that just came out this past Friday, which happens to be today, and is a amazing, awesome film that I just can't wait to talk about. So we're going to get right into it. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and any other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms, such as TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads. You know, pretty much any of those. I pretty much post on them regularly, so definitely check them out. As always, people, let's get right into this. So hello everyone out there, welcome to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're doing a movie review of a new film that just came out today, November 15th, and is a horror thriller film that like I said, I just can't wait to talk about. And that happens to be the film called Heretic. Yeah, Heretic, yeah. So Heretic is a new horror thriller film, and is a very interesting film, simply the fact that the whole concept was just a really great idea. But at the same time, it gives you a lot to ponder on, and is just a really thought-provoking film that I think is probably one of the best horror thriller films I've seen in a long time. I mean, the whole concept, the acting in it, the writing, the directing, all of it was on point and fun. And the whole, atmosphere and the look of it was so well done as well. And I mean, the practical effects on in this movie were done so amazingly. I mean, the backgrounds, the look of everything was just so cool and really brought the film to life and made you feel like you really were in this house, in kind of this maze that is in this film. And it just really brings it all to life, and it was just so well constructed from A to B. This film happens to be directed none other by a pair of guys that go by the name of Scott Beck and Brian Woods. Yeah, Scott Beck and Brian Woods. Yeah, Scott Beck and Brian Woods. Yeah. So Scott Beck and Brian Woods have done a few other things over the years and are pretty up and new and coming type of directors, and they just know exactly how to bring a film together. They have a great aspect and ideas on the different genres, and this film really just shows that they have such a great eye for what a great concept of a film is. And I loved what they did with this film. I loved the whole atmosphere. I loved the production design they brought in. I loved the actors they decided to go with and actresses. And I enjoy just everything that they, did to this film, and how they gave us this really great kind of rural part of Utah, and how they gave us this, really creepy looking house that has this awesome maze-like thing going through it, and just how the hell is this all in this one spot? That was a cool concept, and they got all the great acting out of everyone in the film. They got it down to a T with such great skill of these people, and how they just brought these characters to life and gave us really well done performances that all of them deserve to get recognized for, because they all did a great job. And even, with little parts like Topher Grace's character has in film, he was awesome too as well, even in his little portion in the film. And I think that's, the directors got a really great performance out of Topher as well, besides everyone else in the film, even though his role was so small. But the whole idea that they brought to life in this film was just a really great concept, and they really did a great job with giving us a really great storyline. I absolutely love the storyline and how it plays out, and how it really leaves you kind of confused at the end, what really happened? Is this really happening? Or did she actually, something happen to her type of deal? And I also enjoyed the atmosphere and the music that they brought to the film. They got a really great composer that made the film sound very fun, and even some of the songs they decided to play in the film were done really well as well, and fit really good into the premise of the film. So I thought that these guys did a really great job with this film, gave us a really really well created film that was, I think, complete from beginning to end, and just was a really great outing. Now, if you haven't seen anything else that Mr. Beck and Mr. Woods have made, they made another great film just a couple years ago that I think is a really great science fiction film that stars Adam Driver called 65. Yeah! 65. Yeah! This was an absolutely fantastic sci-fi action film, and they directed the crap out of that film. Once again, another great concept that was very closely put into one location, and I think that they have a really good idea about kind of survival type mindset, and that's what 65 brings along with Heretic. And I loved what they did with 65. I loved what they got out of Adam Driver and the young actress that plays the only survivor of that ship. And I really enjoyed the whole concept of bringing a Jurassic World onto an alien planet that still has that going on versus how our planet has gone away. And I just enjoyed that whole concept, and I think that they did a really great job with that film, giving us a really great action, great story, great actors and actresses, and just overall a really fantastic sci-fi film that I think could later on become a franchise, and they could return to that storyline or that creation or that that world that came from. Really superb directing by them in that film, and they just overall did a really great job with that film. If you haven't seen anything that Beck and Woods has directed, definitely check out 65. They did a really fantastic job with that. But overall, they did a phenomenal job with Heretic. It was an amazing film, and they directed the hell out of it. If you haven't seen Heretic yet, or any of their films that they've directed, Beck and Woods, go check out Heretic in theaters now. They did a phenomenal job. So this movie has a really phenomenal small cast, and everyone did an amazing job in this film, and they all were so fun to watch. And they all did their part to bring their characters to life, to complete the story, and to give us a really well done, entertaining film. So to start us off with, this film is none other than kind of the main bad guy himself, Mr. Hugh Grant. Oh yeah, Hugh Grant, woo, Hugh Grant, yeah! So Hugh Grant, you might recognize, of course, from the recent Dungeons & Dragons movie. You might recognize him from 9 Months. You might recognize him from the Bridget Jones films. You might recognize him from 4 Weddings and a Funeral. You might recognize him as, of course, being with, the amazing, awesome, and sexy Miss, not Felicity Shagwell, but from the first Austin Powers film. Why her name is escaping me at this moment, I have no idea, but she is fantastic. They were together for a while there, and too bad she got away. But she is a fantastic actress as well. But Hugh Grant, you might recognize from a slew of those things over the years. You might recognize him for, of course, his lovely arrest in the 90s. And he is really, he went from that to coming back to becoming such a great actor, and just being a great comedian and just a great overall dude that is just always fun to watch, and I absolutely love everything he's in. He's always amazing, and once again he proved that he is such a great actor in this film. He was absolutely fantastic in this film. His character was so on point and beautifully played by him, and just the great nuances he brought to his character were on point for being a real psychopathic type of person, because he plays it so cool and not enraged or anything like that. He just plays it like he's a normal dude doing what he thinks is normal, and I absolutely love that. And Hugh just really brought that to life and gave us this really phenomenal performance that I just can't wait to see he gets some nominations this year for just his great portrayal, because he plays such a fantastic bad guy in this film, and you're through the whole film you're rooting for him because he's just so good at playing this character, and he is just so phenomenal, and he always is. And I just really enjoyed everything and what he brought to the character. He has some really great scenes throughout the film too, where he goes on kind of these little bit of rants almost, and he just brings it in with such acuity and such precision, and it's just so well constructed. And you got to give credit to the screenwriters for bringing that to life, and then him taking that from the page and bringing it to life on the screen. It just was so well done and so amazing. Now, if you haven't seen anything else Hugh Grant has been in, another great film he was in, it was a kind of a thriller action drama film from the 90s. And he played in this movie that was so freaking phenomenal, and he just plays such a great character. And that, of course, the film called Extreme Measures. Yeah. Extreme Measures. Yeah. This is an absolutely fantastic film. He plays a doctor character, and he is just so awesome in this film. He actually plays the hero, and I absolutely love what he brings to the character and how he brings him to a very vulnerable period, and how he really pieces together this puzzle that he has to, basically figure out to get himself out of a jam. And I absolutely love what Hugh brought to that, and how he really played well with everyone in the film and just did a really great job of being kind of like that hero type of character that you're rooting for. And I just think he did a really phenomenal job with that and gave us a really well done performance that just was worthy of so much praise. If you haven't seen Hugh Grant anything, definitely check out him on Extreme Measures. He was absolutely phenomenal in that film. But overall, like I said, he was absolutely phenomenal in this film too as well. He was absolutely fantastic. Loved his character, thought he was a really great character, and just really gave us a ultimate performance. If you haven't seen Hugh Grant anything recently, go check him on The Heretic now in theaters. He was absolutely phenomenal. So that brings me to the next person I'd like to talk about that was in this film. And that is none other than one of the heroines in the film, Miss Sophia Thatcher. Oh yeah, Sophia Thatcher. Woo, Sophia Thatcher, yeah! So Sophia Thatcher, I don't know much about. I've only seen her in one other film, and I looked up a little bit about her and her stuff like that. And she's been around. She's done a lot of British TV shows. She's done a lot of different little parts in films I have not seen and so forth. And has, really kind of come up in the last few years and has become a, decent actress. And she was really good in this film. I really enjoyed her. I thought she played the character very well. And I enjoyed how she was very opposite than her other counterpart. And I really enjoyed that she was kind of more of the kind of like take lead type of person in the, in their relationship of these two sisters from, the Church of Latter-day Saints. And she really played the T on that character and how she really brought it to life and made it seem like she was smarter than him and stuff like that, and being very kind of condescending to an extent, being like, I'm figuring you out, man, and I'm gonna get out of here type of deal, and she just did a really great job of bringing that all together and giving us a really decent performance and keeping her composure and everything. And I really enjoyed that. I thought she did a good job. I liked her relationship with the other sister, and I thought they worked really well together as well. And Sophia just did a good job of giving us that kind of like, I'm not your normal, Mormon type of person. I'm from this past, and so a lot of that past is still in me, but yet I'm trying to become a Mormon type of deal. And she really brought that to life in her characterization of her character, and I thought she did a really decent job with that, and really made the character very entertaining and interesting to watch throughout the film. Now, like I said, I've only seen her in one thing, and I absolutely loved her in this film. Even though it was a small part, I thought she did a good job with the character, and she just was a good addition to this film. And of course, this is the film called Maxine. Yeah! Maxine! Yeah! She actually plays the makeup artist that is putting the, getting the mole cast of Maxine for the film. And I totally did not recognize her because she looks so different in Maxine versus in Heretic. And she just did a really great job in that little part. It was so fun. She brought really great emotion to the character. She, acted like, what the heck's going on? Why is she freaking out type of deal and stuff like that. And she just was really fun as the character. And I just really enjoyed her. And I think that performance, along with her performance in Heretic, I'm looking forward to seeing more from her. If you haven't seen Sophia Thatcher and thing, definitely check out her Maxine. She did a really good job in that. But overall, I really enjoyed her in Heretic. I thought she was a really great addition to the film. And overall, I think she does an amazing job. If you haven't seen Sophia Thatcher or anything, go check her out in Heretic now. She did a good job. So what is Heretic about? Basically, the premise of the story is there's two Mormon girls are going, house to house, talking to people, and they go to this one house that's off in the woods somewhere to talk to a person that said they wanted more information about the church. And they go there, and they go in and start talking to the individual, and end up finding out that they're being basically held captive, and kind of their thought process on how to get out of there, and pretty much about them trying to survive and get out of this house alive, basically, is kind of their deal. And basically they are trying to figure out what this guy's end game is, and kind of why he's taking them in, and keep them captive there, and play this crazy game that he's basically thrown out to them. It's a really well done film, really fun, really excellent. Like I said, the only thing I would say that about it is just the uncertainty and the ending. Otherwise, it was a really well done film, really well executed, really greatly directed, great screenplay, great acting by everyone, great soundtrack, great filmography from everyone that's involved with the film, and there's just so much great production value in this film. The whole house looks amazing, the construction and everything like that, from the sets and so forth, were done so well, and even the scenery, for the film was done really well. That portion of Utah, if that was actually Utah, was very interesting looking, looked very English. It looked like it was from England and stuff like that, and I just thought it was done really well. And everything about it was just so amazing, and such great cinematography as well. Just a really well done horror thriller film that I can't wait to add to the collection. Great film. If you have not seen it, highly recommend go check it out in theaters now. Can't wait to watch it again. Can't wait to add it to the collection. Giant 10 golden movie boxes up. Just a really fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, go check it out now in theaters. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, also thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been before, don't forget to check out our new videos you're not seen mine yet. As always, people, huge shout out to my great subscribers, new and old. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel. As always, if you want to show support for the channel, please check out my Patreon page, where once you become a subscriber, you get access to all kinds of cool stuff you don't get here on the YouTube channel. So please check that out. As always, catch you in the next one.